What if Mazda took everything we love about its stylish SUVs, added a more futuristic design, improved efficiency, and packaged it into a smaller, more affordable crossover? That could be the idea behind the 2027 Mazda CX-20. Now, before we begin, it's important to clarify that the 2027 CX-20 has not been officially confirmed with complete production specifications. So some of the details we're discussing are expectations and predictions based on Mazda's current design direction, technology, and SUV lineup. So, let's get started. The first thing that could make the 2027 Mazda CX-20 stand out is its exterior. Imagine a low, sculpted front end with a wide Mazda-style grille, slim LED headlights, and a sharper interpretation of Mazda's signature lighting design. The front fascia could look aggressive without becoming overly complicated. A large but refined grille could dominate the front of the vehicle, surrounded by a dark or metallic frame depending on the trim level. Slim daytime running lights could give the CX-20 a recognizable nighttime signature. Move toward the side, and this is where the CX-20 could really show its personality. We're expecting a relatively compact footprint, but with proportions designed to make the vehicle look longer and more sophisticated. Large alloy wheels could sit beneath muscular wheel arches, while a higher beltline would create a more confident stance. At the rear, expect Mazda to continue its minimalist approach. Slim LED taillights could wrap around the rear corners, connected visually by sculpted bodywork rather than an oversized light bar. A compact roof spoiler could add a sporty touch, while the rear bumper could remain relatively clean. Step inside the 2027 Mazda CX-20, and the biggest surprise could be how premium the cabin feels. Mazda has increasingly focused on creating interiors that feel more sophisticated than their price tag suggests. The CX-20 could continue that strategy. The dashboard could feature a clean horizontal layout with fewer physical buttons and a carefully integrated infotainment display. Rather than creating an overwhelming wall of screens, Mazda could focus on usability. A digital instrument cluster could provide important driving information directly in front of the driver. Meanwhile, the center display could handle navigation, media, vehicle settings, smartphone connectivity, and other functions. Depending on the trim level, the CX-20 could potentially offer a larger high-resolution display with wireless smartphone integration. The steering wheel could receive a more modern design with multifunction controls for audio, cruise control, driver assistance, and communication. Now let's talk about what's underneath the hood. Mazda has several directions it could take with a future compact SUV. The standard CX-20 could potentially use a small gasoline engine designed around efficiency and everyday usability. A turbocharged four-cylinder option could also be possible for buyers who want stronger acceleration. A 2027 Mazda CX-20 could potentially benefit from hybrid technology, depending on Mazda's future powertrain strategy. Electric assistance could improve low-speed response while reducing fuel consumption, especially in stop-and-go traffic. And because Mazda has traditionally emphasized driving feel, the company could tune the powertrain to deliver smooth, predictable acceleration rather than simply chasing the biggest horsepower number. Now we arrive at one of the most important questions. Because the CX-20 is being discussed as a smaller crossover, Mazda would need to position it carefully beneath its larger SUV models. An expected starting price could potentially land somewhere in the mid-$20,000 range, depending on market and final specifications. Higher trims with premium equipment, stronger engines, hybrid technology, or all-wheel drive could move toward the upper $20,000s or potentially beyond $30,000. Again, these are estimates rather than official pricing. So what would make the 2027 Mazda CX-20 different? First, the design. Mazda has a reputation for making relatively practical vehicles look elegant and sporty, and the CX-20 could push that philosophy even further. Second, the interior. If Mazda manages to create a cabin that feels genuinely premium without pushing the price into luxury territory, that could be a huge advantage. Third, driving dynamics. Many compact SUVs are designed primarily around practicality. Mazda could give the CX-20 a little more personality. And fourth, electrification. If a hybrid or other electrified powertrain becomes available, the CX-20 could combine efficiency with Mazda's emphasis on driving enjoyment. So, should you be excited about the 2027 Mazda CX-20? If Mazda actually delivers the qualities we've discussed, absolutely. Instead, it could offer a sharp exterior, a sophisticated interior, modern technology, efficient powertrains, available electrification, practical space, and the kind of driving character Mazda is known for. But if Mazda gets those elements right, the CX-20 could become one of the most interesting small SUVs of its generation. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming coverage of the newest cars, SUVs, hybrids, and futuristic vehicles. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.